Hey everybody, how's it? What's going on? This is Jeebs here, the Decomposer Lounge, key of Jeebs, obviously. Monday. I've decided to kind of circle back fairly quickly to Karnivool, the band out of Australia. One of the many bands that I'm keeping an eye on just for my own playlist. Like, who am I, right? Because they are always moving the field goals of production and music and the fusion of course, the main element, like on this channel, metal of some sort. And so I'm always very eager for bands like Karnivool when they come out with music that moves in different directions, but still keeps a little bit of that integrity of metal somewhere through it. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen on this song we're going to listen to, which is Opal. It looks like it was released about 4 months ago. So let's do this together. This is Karnivool's track Opal here on a lovely Monday. Spring. It's spring on a Monday. Let's do this. All right.
I'm sorry for your loss. Please come back to us. All that we've been has all come and gone so easily. I don't want to be in this fight when all the plans that we birthed all fold their wings and die. Are you digging deep to find something?
Doing a hard pull, ambient ethereal with this opening. Unique engineering on the drums there. Love the subtle arpeggiation going there, kind of messing around with your experience in stereo.
Try to cover your mouth, but the words keep spilling out, and your hands not quick enough. How far will you go to finish this desperate attempt?
Throughout the chord changes, that arpeggiation is kind of important in that kind of drone mentality. The arpeggiation picked up another instrumentation here too. That was really cool. Now it's transferred to the guitars.
Don't bow down and give in. It's just the beginning. These poisonous snakes hide in the reeds patiently. We're not guilty. They just bought the jury. This conviction is so meaningless. Anonymously, in all honesty, I wouldn't show them you care. I'd be so still.
Nice to have a run of chord changes that are really emphasizing and supporting how cool the melody is. You know, if you know. Subtle line there with the guitar lead work here, or melody, with the octave splitter.
You've been holding up, and I did this fatal, this beautiful distraction moves. Not seen or heard, you're here by choice, drowning in the silence below. No chance to survive. Hellfire.
Like a ripping open of the soul kind of track.
Go to finish this desperate attempt to revive.
lot going back there with arrangements.
Giant should lie. Should lie.
Definitely double track the guitars. I haven't done this for a long time. I usually don't stop anymore in the middle of it, but this is a really good example on how many elements are actually in play right now, giving us this end experience. Video I just recently did about songwriters and stuff a couple days ago is understanding and being able to hear how much work goes into something that forward, as us as listeners just get to settle in and enjoy. But when you start to separate all the elements that are involved in the arrangements, like multiple arpeggiations that keep on switching tones or instrumentation. This one starts here, a little harp sound, all of a sudden it picks up in here, and now the lead guitar or guitar is taking it on. There's a lot of really intricate arrangements going on behind this. Right now we're focusing, I think, on the drums and the guitar and the whole movement of what's happening. But really close your eyes and take a deep listen and see how many layers you can identify behind it, you know. Obviously, I just got through saying that right now. It mostly is guitar, bass, and drums, but even that fading synth, it's kind of a signal of what was probably there and we didn't hear until now. Love that microtonal dissonance happening right there. Sneaking in that major third there gives you just a little bit of hope. Well, at least they left us with the tonic. I believe that was the tonic of the whole track. Da, da. You know, that's the through note. As you guys know, how I do what I do here. The zip line. Where's the zip line? Where's that one note that kind of zip lines through the whole pattern and everything? In this closing too, not to already repeat what I had said earlier, in this closing, I love the fact that they take the time to give us a minute and a half to decompress from the journey with this very small compressed piano, which represents, I'm imagining, the image of the individual in the video. And the more synthy sounds is the obscure abstract noise, if you would, that's going around this ending. And the fact that there was a little messing around with the tones there, kind of slipping in and out of like an uncomfortable dissonant microtonal stuff happening there. I like what that made me feel. Because, you know, that's how I do things here. Somebody called me out as an old composer. What kind of reactions do you? And I guess, you know, I don't do it by theory, obviously. I do it by feeling, and that's what I go for. But I do implement, obviously, my orchestral listening, you know, elements of what I do. The other thing I want to bring, too, is the fact that it did open up with a very nice piano. You know, obviously, Karnivool's not shy from having instruments in the recordings that might be different than the instruments that they're playing live on stage. But the overall tone of this song, subtly dark and beautiful at the same time. I loved the vocal approach on this, which did not turn the vocalist into a mega horn of heavy metal well within his reach. But I was able to feel a lot more personality and soulful spirit vibe from his vocal performances, or vocal performance on this one. And something else too that I'm going to end this on is that guitar lead work or melodic arrangement. I would say it wasn't necessarily lead, but more melodic. I love the octave trickery, because that's where we're in right now, right? I mean, if there's anything you guys can agree with me, if there's one thing you guys can agree with me, is how much engineering has really taking a kind of not quite pole position. Obviously, you need the musicians and all that, but such an important role, and that becomes just part of the crafting process. Not just getting the levels right and everything like that, but now it's the manipulation of tones that, sometimes it'll happen on the fly. Sometimes it's, maybe in pre-production, here's how we're going to approach this. We should do this here. But I'm going to suspect that I'd say 70% of everything that we hear when it comes to engineering tweaking is happening after maybe they have their levels up and then they decide they want to change an element or do something. But I'm just guessing, because that's where I'm at with my age. I guess at a lot of things. But I will not lie about how I feel about something, right? That's what we do here. All right, guys, if you're still typing, if you're still here, type in, I'm still here. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll see you later. All right.